Today I'm going to talk about pragmatics and power. In our tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss a paper entitled Pragmatics and Power, written by Sandra Harris. So, students, pragmatics attempts to explain the gap between speaker's meaning and the sentence meaning. In looking at power and pragmatic, the aim is to see how specific groups and individuals make use of such gaps to maintain status and control and to enforce specific action and behavior or to confuse, manipulate, and direct selected interpretation. So, this is accomplished in a number of ways. It can be through system for talk in interaction, through performance conditions on the speech act, and through inferential processes both um, in linguistic system and in situational context of any human communication for that matter. Um, Language, as we all know, is an important means through which power relations are created and negotiated. In addition to everyday choice, speakers make about their own language use, variation in ways of talking are related to the local theories of power, status, identity, and self, ethnicity, class, and gender. So, these are very important variables for this specific framework. So, the paper that we are going to discuss in our upcoming class uh, actually evaluates or deals on the basis of actual language behavior. It discusses the framework of Grice's maxim and the Habermas uh, uh, is and Habermas's claim of validity. And this also provides a sustainable conceptual framework for understanding the relationship between the correlation between pragmatics and power. So the data that is available to this specific researcher that um, in which a magistrate, a defendant, and a police and suspect uh, provides the material for the discourse, and it examines the nature of strategic discourse in setting where participants have conflicting goals. So it has three specific propositions. Number one is the asymmetrical distribution of speech act as a mode of strategic communication. Um, then the second one is that the truth comes by to be defined pragmatically. So we define pragmatic as per this assumption. We generally define truth pragmatically as what is expected explicitly as shared knowledge. So the shared knowledge is generally taken in this framework as truth. So what happens in this case when powerful institution and their member move from given to new, which is often disputed by a variety of communicative strategies which are less powerful clients find difficult to challenge. So in this case, the less powerful interlocutor um, are they negotiate with the more powerful interlocutor, and their strategies, the strategy of powerful interlocutor is disputable, but since they have power um, um, differences, so the less powerful interlocutor finds this disputable communicative strategies difficult to challenge. So, the third assumption that we are going to discuss in this paper is that there is a need to redefine the widely used concept of communicative competence so that any challenge to authority or the right to speak is not merely labeled as inappropriate or competent linguistic behavior. So this paper also conclude and it has an assessment of usefulness of the work of Grice and the other framework in a relationship to strategic discourse, and it also proposes a possible model for the future work. So, dear students, we will be discussing this specific paper in detail in our upcoming class. Um, and inshallah, um, tomorrow we will also be discussing in the first part of our class, we will review the previous topic that was presupposition. See you inshallah in our tomorrow's class. Bye bye.